Hi, today I'm making a video about what are specific learning disorders and how are they diagnosed. My name is Faith, and if you're new to my channel, I'm a psychoeducational consultant who mostly talks about the brain. I've been a psychoeducational consultant with a large school board for 16 years, and a large part of my job is testing children to see if they have a specific learning disorder or not. I would do the testing, and then my clinical supervisor, who is either a psychologist or a psychological associate, reads the report, and if there's a diagnosis, that person, my supervisor, makes the diagnosis. So I do administer the tests and write reports, so I'm very familiar with the testing. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What is a specific learning disorder? How is someone tested for it? I'm making a short video, and then when it cuts off, if you are still interested and would like more specific and detailed information, go to my post and watch the rest of the video. Okay, so here's the short. A specific learning disorder. Specific learning disorder is a category in the DSM-5-TR. That book was published in 2022. It's a manual that is used by psychologists and psychiatrists to diagnose. It's about this thick. Okay, so there's a category in there called specific learning disorder, and it looks at 3 different types. There's specific learning disorder in math, specific learning disorder in writing, specific learning disorder in reading. So if the clinician makes a diagnosis, they write in this child is diagnosed with a specific learning disorder in math and reading, or perhaps it would be all 3 things or just one. They can specify the severity, mild, moderate, or severe. I've noticed they often don't do that, but they certainly can to help educators understand the level of difficulty. So a specific learning disorder means that the child or the adult who's tested is found to have academic scores that are significantly different than a child their age. So, and very importantly, these difficulties are not attributable to an intellectual disability, difficulties with sight, difficulties with hearing, mental disease or disorder like schizophrenia or something like that, or severe physical illness. It's not attributable to English as a second language, like a difference in language of instruction from their first language, and it's not attributable to a lack of schooling and attendance. So environmentally, they're physically healthy, they can see, they can hear, everything's good, they've been to school, they speak the language of instruction, yet they still are very far behind the other children in either reading, math, writing, or all 3. And so then we look for the processing weaknesses that underlie that and what we can attribute that to. So that is a specific learning disorder. That is the end of